a little rusty, but I'm excited.
Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't done this since last year.
I know.
My goodness.
Early enough in the year to be making that joke and facetious about it. It's actually true.
Yeah, you're telling me. So I guess we're ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey guys! It's Having India here, back with you, live stream style. Here we are, here you are, and wow, what a journey it has been. I'm gonna take a preparatory sip from my mug here.
Twist
twist it.
Yeah, twist it. Product placement.
Gotta get that merch in. So, hi guys, my name is Tab. This is my co-host India, and we are Alliance Crossroads live stream. That's right, we're here to give you some of the updates on what is going on in the Alliance game system. That's Alliance LARP, for those of you who don't know. Go ahead and check it out. AllianceLARP.com for all of your LARP needs.
Yes. Except your local chapters, but guess what? You can find your local chapters on that website and then deep dive into your local chapter and then go play.
Yeah, it's a cool time, I guarantee it. So, well, since our last live stream, a couple of things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, I got a whole piece of paper here to update you guys on, but here's a brief synopsis. This is going to be our last live stream from this location. This location has been where we got our start, and we are very happy for it. But like is the case in a lot of places in the United States, we just got pushed out rent-wise of this region. It's just too expensive to live here and do what we want for a living at the same time.
Yeah.
So actually right after this live stream, I'll be packing up all of these electronics and that stage back there and getting it on the road. We'll be relocating, and our next live stream will happen. It just might happen from a couple different locations or a singular location. We're still trying to figure it out in the next month.
You guys get to be our guinea pigs.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try it out a couple of different ways and see which works best for us. But our intent is to keep on doing these wonderful monthly live updates for you guys, so we can keep you updated on all the wonderful things that are happening within LARP and within, well, the Alliance LARP system.
Especially with the year that it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very big year. We got some really cool things to talk to you about over this coming year, about all the wonderful things that are coming up in the Alliance. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, Mary, so we do this little thing where we put the mic live before we go live, so we know. But thank you for the update, though.
That's
anyway.
Calling yourself out that you haven't watched our old live streams.
Oh! Anywho, I would love to be able to read that more. Is that going to do that for me? Yeah, nice, awesome.
I also have it up. If I'm staring down, it's because I'm moderating the chat on my phone.
Yes, and I'm.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time. We know.
Yes, we know. It is. It has been a while. It has been a while, but we are here, back and raring to go. So some updates on the channel. I think I got a visual aid back here that we popped out a time ago, but like this is. So
adding to it.
I guess now we're let's check this out. Let's go over to Social Blade and see what we got going on there. Let's go ahead and all right. Well, here we are. We are this is our 75th episode. All right, 75th. Yeah, all right, we got that in. And total views?
23,000.
So that's up from 17 to 23.
Yep.
23. All right, well.
And September 29th, 2023 will be our 2nd year anniversary. Ooh.
It's very true, very true. September's coming up. So super cool stuff there. So I guess we got it updated there,
We're never going to get a new piece of paper. We're just going to keep adding to this one.
Yeah, and then when we get that plaque thing, we're just going to write on that, too.
Yeah, Sharpie on the plaque.
Yeah, I'm going to get like a Dremel on it and then just keep on etching over and over again. YouTube will love that, right?
Our new GoFundMe for our laser engraver. That'd be great.
If only. So, all cool things about the channel, guys. The growth. 100% because you guys are coming and checking it out and liking what we're doing. So we want to thank you guys for checking it out and showing up. And projection-wise, wow, it is a lot faster than we thought. I'm looking at our old projection board right under the camera right here, and where we are right now, we weren't supposed to be until like darn near August.
Yeah.
And that's being nice because we were going faster than they thought we were going to anyway. So awesome that we have all of this interest, and we want to keep that ball all rolling. So we have changed the way we do things back end wise a little bit. We are going to be changing our production format to where timing wise we will be putting less total videos out, but the videos will be longer and higher in quality.
Yeah. I got to preview our next video today, and I can say that I am super stoked about the style change that's coming with the videos, and I feel like everybody's going to really enjoy it. I feel like the longer form, it's more content for you to absorb in one big thing.
Most definitely. And super cool thing is we got a couple of pilot type contents that we just are going live with. You guys might have noticed on the channel that we have this weird 360 mini bike view thing. So I'm going to check on another one of the files that we're going to be uploading soon. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be uploading these files to Patreon first. So our lovely Patreon supporters that get all of these wonderful, like the sticker, the mugs, the hoodies and the t-shirts that we probably already moved and packed already.
Probably.
But you get all that, and you'll get a cool sneak preview to some 360 footage. So you can either put on a big VR headset and watch it on VR enabled YouTube, or you could do what I like doing, and you can go ahead and just kind of drive the viewpoint with your mouse, as it were. So what I'm going to try to do here, and I'm going to screw it up, of course. Yeah, I screwed it up already. Now I can't get out. All right. That did not go as planned. But here is what's going to happen now. I'm going to try to get over here. And we'll do that. And then we're going to do this.
You know, it can't be a live stream with
us
us without something technical going wrong.
Of course not. So here we are. You guys are now on top of my head. So this is a NPC's eye view of NPCing at the lovely game opener at Alliance Atlanta this year.
From January.
So here I am, changing on my mask.
I like the heart.
I was getting tab.
Sid's trying to blame shit on me.
He's trying to blame everything on it.
That's all right, Sid. I don't mind. So the cool thing is you can kind of mess with the viewpoint here, and you can do some pretty trippy things with the zoom.
Look at it.
I mean, that's probably going to give you guys like...
Look at that. Look at that view.
Like, fighting on the whole world.
I was going to say, flat earthers, be quiet. Look at that.
So we're going to try to zoom back in here. So we're still fiddling with this in like a how it screen locks and whatnot, but this is just setting up. I believe this was a lower level mod.
Yes.
India, I think that's you right there.
Yeah. Watch my face get real close to that.
All right. So this is a 3-camera shoot. So we're through shooting 3D through my camera, and of course everybody else. We got a chest cam there and a gimbal cam flying there.
We are definitely sitting on Tab's head. Yes.
Yes, it's sure.
If you join Patreon, you too can sit on Tab's head.
Probably not. That's not in the cards. I don't think we have
This is the fun part PCs don't get to see, where all the NPCs just kind of mill around doing nothing for a minute.
Just waiting for you and Tab making funny noises.
Classic.
Yeah.
The propane tank of doom over there.
Yeah, so we're going to fast forward to hopefully the beginning of the encounter. There we are. All right.
There we are.
So here we go.
Hey, look at that.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay. I'll bzz you right back. All right, here we go. Oh, it's going to get funky. Oh, here we go.
Get funky.
I don't think I was statted for anything in this fight. I think I was probably the lowest level card. Stop turning your damn head, Tab.
Tab out here making things hard for Tab.
Yeah, me standing still is always tough. Yeah, I'm swinging threes. It's
Yeah. I mean, this was one of the low new player mods, so none of us were really statted to mess anything up, but...
Oh, I got controlled or something, either in this fight or the next. Yeah, I got like...
Subjugated?
Yep, I got subjugated.
Yep.
Which is a great way to...
Great way.
You know, handle numbers and to crowd control and to
Yep.
turn an NPC on another NPC. Brilliant tactic. Brilliant tactic.
Me running away from people, my goofy little run that I do as an NPC.
And Sid's trying to figure out, oh, well, you must be turned, so now we're just going to
Now we're gonna fight
chew on each
other.
other. And, of course, you let the player get the win. Dude
Yep.
comes in, takes me out with the
10
spell.
stone bolt.
Good
Specifically
on
great against
him.
lightning elementals.
Indeed. So we're going to go ahead and segue away from this because there's just a bunch more lives of this going on. And you can see footage like that as well as fully integrated 360-degree view site tours of every chapter that we visit this year. Now, I don't have one of those queued because we're actually in the process of uploading it to YouTube right now. But what I do every morning, Saturday morning, because I'm usually up before everybody because I don't usually hang out until 3 a.m. like y'all crazy Friday nighters do.
Hey, sometimes it's 5 a.m.
Sometimes it's 5. Whew. But I like to get up early during game days when I'm out at a place and throw up the 360 on my head and then just take a walk of their entire site as I know it. We've done Denver, we've done Crossroads, and we've done Atlanta so far, and it's been pretty cool. So we put a little ambient music there. It's going to be a immersive, hopefully relaxing experience. Again, the videos are going to be a little bit longer form, and we're going to be putting those out in between our normal weeks. So we'll have the live stream, we'll have the 360 views that will be staggered going live. So the Patreons will get a set before public on YouTube does, and then we'll just keep on rotating them as we shoot them. And then live streams and the regular videos, which will be longer format, but can't wait to see.
They're so good.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys see next week when the next video goes live. Super cool things. So we just showed a little bit of Atlanta. I NPC'd there and shot their opening game this year. You just finished PCing this past weekend at Atlanta.
I did.
Let's talk some favorites of Atlanta so far. What do you think?
Oh dear. So that was my second time PCing since Castle of last year. Actually, it was my first time PCing since Castle, second time in years. I had a fantastic experience. There was a bunch of new players there. I always love LARPing with new players. They always think so outside the box. They're so excited to be there. They have no idea what they're doing, but they don't care, and they're ready to like go for it. And I just feed off that energy so much. I had some amazing role play, some really fun mods that I got dragged into on accident because I knew too much back end stuff, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be here. By the time I realized I shouldn't be here, I was there. But it was great. I love Kelly and Tony, the owners of Atlanta. They have a fantastic team behind them, and you can really tell when they put out the content that they put out at that pace for that many new players, especially. I think they had 70 pre-registers in March, and it was a crazy game, but there was always something going on. It was great.
Yeah, they had over 80 bodies at their site on that Friday night. I unfortunately suffered an injury this past Friday night, so I could not PC the entire event. Had to go home because we had to move this week. So I had to make sure that I was healthy enough and not pushing it through the weekend.
Gotta lift furniture and stuff.
Yeah, but I will say at their opener, it was great to see the reemergence of LARP in a new season, in a new place, and Atlanta kicked open the door on the 2023 season. And to see such a large and wonderfully eclectic and colorful group of people come together, going through that tavern and just seeing all of the different costumes and different levels of commitment to what they're doing, and some of you out in Atlanta go all out.
Go hard.
And I'm here for it. From hobbling feet that are actually hobbling feet to people just going all in with just this over the top ogre of goodness and dance offs and just. It was really, really fun.
I forgot about the dance off.
You forgot about the dance off. Oh, good times.
Gosh.
Good times all around. It's a joy to see, joy to meet a whole bunch of new people. Again, sorry I couldn't hang this time. I'll see you guys again in May. I will certainly be there. And, well, I'm very, very much looking forward to it.
Shouting out, yep. Yeah, that's the dance off Tab's talking about. I'm gonna give a little favorite here. I have been playing with Austin, who plays a high ogre in Atlanta, for years, but on the opposite sides of the fence. Like, I'm always staff, he's always playing. I rolled up to Atlanta also as a high ogre, and the fun thing about ogres, for those of you who don't know, is when they see each other, they have to do something to determine who's in charge. Austin and I decided on a dance battle. I have never seen somebody so committed to a fake dance battle in my life, and he kicked my butt. And Austin, I bow down to you for the commitment to that role play. Everybody around us was absolutely terrified we were going to fight to the death, and we just danced to the death. At least my death.
There weren't nothing fake about that dance off for him. He was committed, and it was real.
It was great.
It was very, very fun.
It's small things like that too that really make every chapter unique. Like, there's not every ogre PC that you'll meet that's like, yeah, I'll do a dance off with you. It was so fantastic, Austin. I love you, buddy. Wow. Yeah. It was really cool to see, and it's also anytime you go to another chapter where you're used to seeing. You get used to seeing people in certain roles. You do, yeah. Right? So when you get to change a chapter, or when there's a new chapter in this little zeitgeist that we're building in this network, people change roles a little bit. Yeah. And it's cool to see each other performing in different ways. And again, Kelly, Tony, you guys are doing a heck of a job. Yeah. I can't wait to see you guys build an enormous, excellent game and excellent staff down there. And I very much look forward to where you can take this Alliance in the future. Hell of a game out there, Atlanta. Can't wait to go back. Can't wait. I love how active the chat's being right now. I'm living for this. This is great.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just seeing messages pop up.
Yeah, it's an interesting message.
Ogre dance.
Anywho, had a great time. Also, we went out to our second game this year. It was actually, I'm going to go ahead and prep the preview video here for it, and we're going to switch to it. We went out to Denver for their opener. And,
February in the Rockies.
Yes, February in the Rocky Mountains. So this is a flyover of the site in Denver. This is where the national game is going to be held this year, guys. Yes. So again, we're going to be giving a lot of site tour type things here. So as I'm going to pause it here, right now the drone is physically over the soccer field, which is an excellent place for a wave battle because it's perfectly flat. Yep. It is built for athletics, so it's kind of like got that bouncy springy. Yeah. It's all like AstroTurf. And although it does have the lines painted on it, those lines are usually used for in-game purposes to delineate different boundary lines.
They do it really, really well.
And it usually adds to the game when they play in it. So what we're looking at right here, these are a set of player cabins. I believe that this is the bathhouse, and these are all individual player cabins, all of these right here.
Yes.
That is the swimming pool. I don't think that that's open during winter game hours.
No,
probably not. Probably not. So
probably for the best.
Probably. So down here, right here is their large mod building, which has an excellent, amazing indoor mod area. You guys have seen it during the Denver episode, but this year they have a tech guy.
They have the tech guy.
Yeah, I'm very excited about meeting this gentleman. I met him out there. He's already working on something that I'll give you a little sneak preview of later in the show. But in here, they got a full dungeon with special effects, lighting, booming bass, constant sound effects, constant lighting effects, automatically run. Plus, it has, for those theater techies out there, it has a fully integrated light soundboard that all runs through the same laptop with sliders and everything. It is a beautiful pro setup. Underneath that building, on the underside, they have, I believe, some of their guilds. And then center right there.
Healers Guild? Something like that, yeah.
Yep, and then center right here, that's their main tavern area. Humongous, wonderful tavern. Underneath
it looks smaller than it is because of the snow.
And because I'm 300 feet up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, shorter.
But, yeah, so it was a snowy game on the site. Definitely had some challenges, but again, we got more player cabins on this side. We got everybody out there safely. We played safely. Everybody kind of toned down the amperage of their game a little bit to make sure everybody had a safe environment to play in. We're going to give you a full, let's see, right here we got the cool yurt. They set up another one of their guilds. I believe it's their Celestial Guild in the yurt, and they have like a full library that they set up there. It is awesome. The ropes course was cool to look at, but probably not the best to entertain LARPers, because some of us are not as nimble as our characters are.
No.
Certainly not. No. So this is the expansive front of the site, and out here in the distance you can see the overflow parking, which they had to use because, well, we couldn't get everybody up this access road during the first day because it was a little snowed in. But that's not gonna happen
in October.
Knock
on something. Knock on something right now.
So October 6th is when the Nationals are going to be held here, October 6th, 2023. Yes. And it is going to be an amazing time. They have plenty of parking. They have plenty of spaces. And we didn't even show you all the places where they can fit players in this fly-through.
Many.
Let me see if I spin around again. All right. So beautiful view of the Rockies here.
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, but the sunshine is probably not going to let us see what else the site has to come from.
The snow also covers all their like trails and stuff that they have through there. It's kind of all just a blanket of snow right now.
Yep. So here we are flying back, and those are all the buildings that we've described to you before. All these player buildings and such as we spin around coming from the other side of the site. So it is expansive. They have more than enough space.
Oh, yeah.
I dare you to try to break their capacity. Because if you do, it will mean that we have run the biggest and best national event ever. And I very much look forward to running that with hopefully as many owners as we can get involved. And every national event is a wonderful opportunity to really get the best runners and the best brains of this community together and try to figure out the best way of doing things. And so many wonderful ideas get exchanged. And the national event, sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be the most complex on the plot side of things.
Not when you have that many people. You can't.
Yeah. So you do that with broad, easy strokes, and just the amount of different people from different places coming together at those events. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And wow. I can say this year at Denver, just in their opener, seeing some folks out there that when we first started shooting out there was their very first game.
Oh, yeah.
And then watching them get staffed up, them get into it, and then this opener, them step up into a leadership position and really shine. It was an excellent day and experience out there in Denver. And I thank Denver very much for hosting us. As always, can't wait to get back out to you guys. And we'll be doing some cons with them. I believe we're going back to Fan Expo.
Yep, which is July 4th weekend.
Yep.
Which I will be sadly missing.
Oh, you can't make it this year. So we'll always be looking for that. Here's a cool thing about planning events this far out. I've seen in the chat a couple people that are worried, money is always a factor.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Believe you me, I know. But carpooling is cheap.
Yes.
So you find the friend with the newest, most reliable car.
Don't look at me. Not me.
You pay their gas, right? You pool your money with a bunch of people. Going it alone is way more expensive than going as a group. And before you know it, you're getting up a whole bunch of people out at an Airbnb.
Yep.
That ends up being a heck of a lot cheaper and probably nicer than a hotel.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're making these road trips a regular part of your life if you just budget enough and find that high mileage. Well, high mile per gallon,
yes.
Maybe not highest
yes.
mileage, but a good highway car, and it will get a lot of good stuff done. Yeah, guys, the Denver event. I'm just trying to think of any other favorites, and there's just 1,000 of them that come to mind. They did this like carnival thing at night in their tavern that was them accepting like, okay, it's really icy and cold outside, so we're going to do this extravagant role play event that has all these different games with tickets that you can win and prizes and role play things going on, and you'll see it during season 3's Denver opener episode. It was great, and again, a lot of newer players stepping up and filling in some big role play roles and just killing it, and it was a joy to see. I really had a blast out there at Denver. Then after we went to Denver, right after, in fact.
Right after.
We had the Crossroads opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what you got? What are you thinking about the Crossroads opener? How'd it go?
Every opener is always a little clunky. We've been off for a few months. Everybody's trying to get back into the swing of things. So everything's really a little clunky, and that's just kind of come to be accepted. But this game, we had a lot of player-directed content that made my job so much easier. Especially with the site being real soggy and not making combat super, super safe in our common combat areas. But I feel like everything that I had planned went off really, really well. And with the amount of player-driven content that was created, I feel like this was a very jam-packed opener that I hope everybody had a lot of fun at. And it's given me a lot of great ideas for our next game, which is April Fool's Day. So, LARP doesn't always have to be serious. And everybody's going to figure that out. April Fool's Day.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So yeah, as you're talking about Crossroads, I figured we'd show some B-roll of the gorgeous Crossroads site. This was actually shot, I believe, in November.
During the closer?
Yeah, during the closer, I think, because this was not shot this past weekend.
No.
It was
not soggy enough.
Yeah, it was less foggy and pretty and more soggy and
sad.
Sad.
How many boots did we brew? In at least 6 pairs of boots.
Oh man, I tell you, it was such a joy after the weekend at Crossroads just to not step in something soft.
Yeah, not to hear it squelch every time you step and be like, oh, there go my socks again.
Yeah, it was the wet season at Crossroads, and we pushed our season a little bit earlier so we could kind of meld with all of our local chapters a little bit better.
And we learned our lesson.
That we did, but we got the show done. We got some site improvements working that I was very happy to get out and rolling. Yeah. And it is just going to be more and more site improvements as I'm going to be spending a lot more time up there this year. And we still have a full road schedule as I am looking at it. Unfortunately, Denver had to cancel their March event due to camp conflict issues. Man, that stuff happens when you're renting a space and that space says they can't do it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
If they're the only game in town, you just got to kind of deal with it. So that is unfortunate, and we're going to miss the Denver March game, but everybody's going to miss it. So, well, sorry. And, we know that your April and May games are going to kick butt because you guys are Denver. You know how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
So this past weekend, I thought it was super cool being at Atlanta until I had to leave, that we had, I believe, 5 different ownerships represented at the same game. Yeah.
Who's the 5th?
Minnesota, Chicago, Crossroads, Atlanta, Virginia.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so 5 owners.
I forgot about Chicago.
Playing at the same place. Nah, we didn't forget about Chicago. Glenn, we'll never forget about you, buddy. Most of the time, we're going to remember the DEET first, though.
Yeah. I was like, DEET guy, very important. Glenn's cool. Please don't kill Glenn.
We don't want to kill him with
We don't
DEET.
want to kill him. And then my brain went over the Chicago aspect. It was just like, don't kill Glenn with DEET.
Yep.
Stop.
So, like, we've had multiple large staff members. In fact, in the video out in Atlanta, the video that you just saw right next to us was ARC member
Dan?
Old Dan.
Dan's always in the videos.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Sid?
Yep, Sid. Golly. So yeah, we had Dan and Sid that are awesome resources to find out any of the new 2.1 things that are coming down the pipe. What did you think of 2.1 so far?
I don't like change. I thought it was cool. There's a lot of new stuff for crafters that I could tell the crafters are getting really into. I've never been a big crafter, so it didn't feel like it changed too much for me, which was nice. I was just playing a fighter healer, so didn't really change anything for me other than the fact that now if I whiff a spell real bad, I can get it back pretty easy, which is nice.
Yeah. Thus far, a lot of the things that I'm seeing from 2.1 are challenges from the runner side of things.
Logistics.
Logistics. The impact of more tags and logistics is definitely being felt. It just adds one more task to that pre-game checklist. That you have to do before running your game. So as long as that juice is worth the squeeze, I'm for it. I'm seeing how things go, as we should. There are some definitely jam ups when we're trying to go live with a system this big, when there's that many different questions that as game runners we have in the past had kind of reactionary calls to, where we have to rethink those now because a couple of things have shifted. Not everything, just a couple.
And then there's also, there is feedback coming from, the rules writers that they're trying to fix some of these issues already. And I've already seen a couple things they're starting to roll out on that, which helps fantastically when you're like concerned about a change, but you're seeing, okay, they're already working on a fix for this, so we don't have 1,000 pounds of tags in camp every day. Yeah,
and some of the fixes are coming down the pipe, and they'll be good. My challenge has always been, and this is from a certain level within the Alliance as far as viewpoint comes. It's from not just through the gaze of one single job within the game, like fighter, caster, class, whatever you want to do with your individual game, from a game runner aspect. When rules changes are discussed, the biggest challenge is not always the individual rule itself. It's how we can make this rule set work for a 25-person game and a 200-person game. So those are very challenging two different things that you have to think about when putting forth a national change, because there's games out there that can't implement these changes as easy because either they're brand new and they have 90% brand new player bases, or they've all been around for forever, but we've all had 5 different rule sets. So even us old timers, we got to think back and go, okay, which one was that?
Am I in the right system, year?
Whichever it is. Okay, cool. But we're getting there, and overall it is a positive change, and I am very much liking the fact that the ownership nationally, the owners of all these different chapters are commingling and jumping around and getting into each other's kitchens and seeing how each other cooks. and that is incredibly valuable, and I think will produce a much better game over the years, and I'm here for it, guys.
Yeah. Which, speaking of
Yeah.
ownership and commingling, Nate, one of the new owners of Minnesota, has his first official game, April 14th to 16th. I will be there.
Yeah!
I'll be PCing.
Ow!
And he's super excited. He's been playing Crossroads for a couple games now. He NPCs at Atlanta.
Yep.
And you know, he's very much on the same page of wanting to like commingle as ownership. So I'm working with Minnesota on some cross-plot stuff for you guys who are travelers.
Yeah, it is super cool. Nate, shout out to you. You were a joy every time I see you, every time we visit. You bring a good game, and you're a heck of a good fella. So thank you for coming out. He went to both Crossroads and then Atlanta.
Yeah. Visited, stayed in town for a week, and then went to the next game. Commitment.
Yeah. Hey, Harold.
Hey!
Yep. Yeah, we got that. Yep. That's my knighthood over there. Yeah.
There he is. Yep.
From the Renn Faire. In fact, like, since I have it right here and I just happen to be looking at it, let's see how the Renn Faire did this year at the site. Oh, look at that Renn Faire! Look at that! Oh, look at all those people! So that just proves right there that you can fit an exorbitant amount of people onto a LARP site when you have to.
Yes, you can.
I don't want there to ever, almost ever have a LARP that big on site. If we do, it'll probably not be the Alliance game system, because I don't think Alliance can scale up to more than 1,000 people on a site in a weekend. And that's nothing wrong with the Alliance game systems, but the larger a game system gets, as far as I've seen in their individual events, the simpler and easier to enforce the rules have to be.
Wow.
Because if your marshal to player ratio is like 150 to 1, you better have some simple rules. Otherwise, if you're trying to count like body points and who's tearing their tags and everything, or doing logistics for 1,000 players, half of them crafters.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No. So buy a whole Staples for that.
Yeah. But it's super cool to see, again, our site, a little thing here in Tennessee doing its best. So yeah, I've got some things that I'd love to chat about with you, but you've got some things to bring up to us. So why don't you go ahead and grab one of your topics and roll it out?
So talking about LARPs growing in size, the national coming up, all the new people at Atlanta. One of the things that I feel like gets lost sometimes at LARP is making your own fun. And I feel like a lot of people did amazing at that at Atlanta. And I think part of it is because they were a bunch of new players who didn't know that they had to wait an hour for the next mod to start. They were just having a good time experiencing the game and talking to people. And I've never had so many crazy, just like offshoots that turned into self-directed mods with no actual plot, no actual loot, no monsters, but there we are wandering off through the woods. We're looking for boiled carrots or something. Doesn't even make sense, but we made our own fun. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things you as a player can do for your local chapter. Make your own fun. Entertain yourself and give the staff time to recover, breathe, and prep the next thing to continue that storyline on. If you can make your own fun, you're going to make your own game and the game as a whole better. And I just wanted to shout out Atlanta for having some players, and every Atlanta player, whoever is here, I see a few names in the chat, for doing that, and also rolling with me as I was being my chaotic little PC ogre that I've dreamed of playing for years. So,
well, it was fun to see it when I got to see it, and I would definitely love to. Completely agree with you on that point. Bringing your own fun is very, very important. Something to think about when you're doing your character work before coming into game is often thinking, what was my original plan, especially for chapter hoppers, because you never really know what the plot you're going into is. So have an original plan that you were going to do if nothing happened, because that was sort of what was going to happen to you anyway, because you're a mist walker or a traveler. That way, when you kind of have a set guideline of where you can go and bring a little bit of fun with you, and then be open to what happens around you. I've kind of akined it to, like, if you go to a LARP, wanting them to bring 100% of the good time is kind of like going to like a comedy event for stand-up, and like not wanting to do the crowd thing, just going up to the stand-up artist by themselves and going, go ahead, make me laugh.
Yeah, that really, yeah.
Not funny. You gonna be funny soon? And that's sometimes the energy that I've felt over the years, especially like in the bad old days of early staffing, before I owned a chapter. Sometimes you would see someone, there's a memory that comes to my mind of somebody who just brought a bad time, and they admitted it afterwards, that they brought a bad time with them. They brought a bad mood and expected the LARP to fix it, and then got more angry because the LARP didn't instantly make their bad mood go away, and kind of, just sitting there, well, why am I not happy? Well, because you're pissed off about not being happy. Try it. So yeah, you got to bring your own good time with you, and then the good time that shows up because of the wonderfulness of the game will happen more organically. So yeah, I completely agree. 100%. What else you got?
Another thing I wanted to shout out, of course, I'm talking a lot about Atlanta because I just played Atlanta. Another thing I want to shout out, a new player. He's a newer player. I'm so sorry. I don't remember your name, but I remember your face. Another thing that happens, I think, a lot at LARP that people put a lot of heavy thought into is the what's sometimes referred to as PvPRP. It is those in-game arguments, those in-game, sometimes screaming matches, depending on who you're talking to, or just moments of tension that you have with players. And Crossroads Opener had a lot of that as well. I noticed a lot of drama, if you will, but it diffused itself in a healthy way. And one thing I always try to do at LARPs, and I feel like Atlanta is they're teaching a really, really good culture to their new players, is checking in with people after intense moments. Like when you're LARPing, you get your whole body and your whole being into this character. When you're playing D&D and you're yelling at your friend, you're also like eating a handful of popcorn and drinking a beer, right?
Rolling dice and asking about stats, yeah.
Yeah. When you're LARPing, it's your whole being in that moment. I had a really intense trial that I was involved in for a bad guy who did a bad thing, and I was like, he deserves to absolutely be executed for this. And I was arguing with another player who said, no, we have to have morals, we have to be better than him. And I was just like, no, absolutely not. And it got into this really like head buddy, heated, voices a little raised argument moment. And at one point I saw him shaking a little bit, so I backed off a little bit, but I was a bad player and I didn't go find and check on him later because I got dragged away to something else. But he went out of his way to come find me and check in with me because he was the one who started yelling at me. And I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet. Like, I'm fine, are you okay? And then we had a good out of game little chat, brought that tension down, fist bumped, had a great time. And I feel like that is the culture that most chapters have a little bit of, but we can always have more of that. Getting into game, being yourself, being your character, but then still being able to rehumanize in that moment and not create enemies because of a game.
Yeah, and that's something Denver has a really good thing, and a bunch of places in the Alliance have done it. It's the thumbs up, thumbs down, or when you're being interacted with and they throw you one of these, they're asking without vocalizing, without breaking the moment, whether you're okay, you're about good where it is, or you'd like to tone it down a little bit. It is an excellent way to make sure that everybody is out of game okay. And here's an additional challenge that, I've fallen into this trap as a PC before, and sometimes it can be very, very difficult for a staff to not appear to have this happening is they got that and we didn't. What a staff needs to really try to do is give everybody, and this is my only personal opinion about running LARP, so it's not perfect. You got to try your best to give an equal slice of good time out to everybody, knowing that it's never going to be perfect because time is a thing and we only have so many hours of programming that we can put through. But also as players, guys, most of the chapters, if not all, in the Alliance don't really move their game towards a PvP type of interaction. Although it is possible, it does add complexity to the game as far as the runners are concerned. Because when you PvP, at least in the Alliance, things have to be right. Like everybody has to play the rules correctly to do it right. And to do it so it's fun for everybody has to consent to it, which is kind of tough sometimes when you want to get somebody who deserves to get got. So what I've tried to do over the years in Alliance Crossroads is provide different avenues. Like, yes, two opposing groups of PCs may have completely different viewpoints on things and actually want to work against each other, but we should give them an NPC barrier to do so through, so they can do those shitty things to the NPCs, not other players, because the other player paid to be there too. And in my head, and this is what I've seen across most LARPs and most of the Alliance, if we are creating this immersive environment for our players to be the heroes in and are always throwing things in their favor, that's just the truism of running LARPs. 80% of the times it's in the player's favor. You should be able to do that with not taking away their good time with PvP. It's so easy to ruin somebody's time and for PvPing to flip into bullying when nobody even wanted it to. And it's very much a juice versus the squeeze thing. So I would say if you guys have contention on an in-game level, one, check in with each other, because those little seeds of bad feelings can just fester into you thinking someone's a butthole after knowing about them for 2 years because of one sideways interaction that if you would have checked in with each other,
it would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been fine. So that's kind of where we go with that, and it is. It's always really important to check in on each other because we want everybody to show up. Again.
And to recognize your own faults, like me not checking in with that player. Like, hey, dude, if you're here, sorry, I should have come and talked to you. I appreciate you coming and talking to me. But, I really, I'm liking the culture that Atlanta is building in their chapter. And that was, to me, like a newer player that was told about check-ins. Fantastic. It was a fantastic time. It really brought the tension of that situation down, which I was doing by myself, for myself. But, having him come and check on me was great. Another thing, and again, this is just a critique from across the past, well, this is the third year that I'm on the road bouncing between the Alliance's games and everything. Something that you can do, and this is the staff side thing, on your Friday nights, those of you that start Friday nights, guys, make sure your brand new NPCs and brand new players hit somebody with a weapon before they actually do it in game for the first time. Make sure you see them do a fight practice before the game is live, whether you have to walk out into the parking lot or do it in the middle of your NPC camp. It happened last year. It was in one of the chapters that we go to. There was a lady who was my age showing up, supporting their kid, and wanted to try out the game. It was NPC train up time, and there was another brand new NPC who interacted with her on the physical level, and he was, for those of you who know your difference in the games, he was Amp-Guard trained. Probably starting in something a little bit harder than Amp-Guard before that, like Hemo or something. Kid knew what he was doing. He had he knew the deadly swings.
and lit this lady up and hit her way too hard. And like I instantly saw somebody lose the game right there and not want anything to do with it. When most of her interactions after that point, we were able to pull up the nose and be like, that's not what all of this is. No. We toned him down and talked to him a lot, and he took the feedback wonderfully. Yeah. But that unchecked interaction between two unknown entities is a roll of the dice. Mm-hmm. And that roll of the dice is a chance at a bad time that if you mitigated it and if you just watched them hit each other once, you'd be able to go, that guy goes like lightning. We got to tone him down, and we got to make sure that she or they or whoever is not that into the combat thing feels safe enough to interact. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is something that across the board, I think we can all do a little bit better at, the actual physical safety of interaction. Like we can get very, very hyper focused on the nuances of this wonderful rule set that we all love so much. But, but like at the core end of it, you know, you break somebody's nose on their first night, they're not going to remember that it was a good time because they're not going to have a good time with a busted nose. And that is an extreme example that I have not seen somebody go that hard in years. The guy last year was just, it was like a 4-hit combo that right after the open, I was like, oh, you, come on over here, buddy. You know what you're doing. Ma'am, I'll talk to you for a minute. You go over there and play with packets, and are you okay? Let's move on and show what this game actually can be. But yeah, it is such a wonderful experience, guys, to get this third season of production going. Again, we have three events already in the can, shot, ready to go. The shot out in Atlanta this past weekend didn't happen because I had to go home with all the camera equipment because I broke myself. I'm sorry. But happy thing is Atlanta is the closest chapter to us, and they're also one of the bigger chapters in the Alliance right now. So I'm not sure how much actual help they really need from us as far as growing their game. But I'm very much looking forward to working with some of the artists out of the Atlanta area and the Denver area and really upping some of our production values both on the channel and within the LARP itself. With that being said, I think, oh no, I closed it. I closed it. Oh no, what do I do? I closed it. I had a little preview for you guys and I screwed it all up. Oh no, now I gotta see if I can find it again. Oh, and then I opened the wrong thing again. Oh. I'm the best.
Well, Tab does that. Let me also talk about something that I also had a great moment of and noticed in Atlanta. Staff to staff utilization. You know, when you have travelers, a lot of times staff members, when they travel super far, they'll PC because, you know, they don't get to PC their own chapters. However, you can also, you know, if they NPC or even if they are PCing, know who those staff members are at your game and grab them if you need them because they have expertise, they have knowledge, they have experience that they, you know, if something hits the fan, you know who your staff members are on your PC side and grab them if you need them. And we actually had an interaction in Atlanta that was mint that involved grabbing me as head of plot from Crossroads for a little bit of cross-chapter fun, which was a lot of fun. Did you find it?
I did not. I actually forgot what the heck I was looking for.
I distracted Tab by talking.
Yeah. So, I really did. I completely forgot what the heck I was supposed to bring up. It was something. Oh, right.
We're doing great, guys. Hey, Brooke, it was fun. You know it was fun. I had a great time.
Oh, man. Anyway, so I got this really cool little video thing here.
Oh yeah, the tech. Ooh, tech.
I just want to see. All right, so let me see if I can
There you go.
Okay. All right. So this is just a really quick. So just to show you guys that there is something being worked on. This is it's just a little proof of concept video that a special effects artist have sent me. All right. It's just a real quick video, but it is definitely a preview of things to come. Ooh.
And for those of you who are Crossroads natives, you might recognize these lights a little bit.
Oh man! So there's Grandma, Grandpa, but anyway, quick cameo from the grandparents there. So, guys, we had an absolute blast. That is a preview of things to come for both Crossroads and the National, and we got people working on the back end of things so we can get more information out to you publicly. But know that I am looking to build the road crew moving forward to get out to not only our games, but a couple of other larger games and a couple of other cons this year. So keep your eyes on both our community posts here on the channel, our Facebook page, our Discord server, and of course, check us out on Patreon, because that is a way that you can directly help us and get a whole bunch of different perks, including free games if you pay a certain level. So there's folks out there that are playing Crossroads for free because they're on the Patreon list. You got anything else for the folks out there?
Come play Crossroads and come see me in Minnesota, April 14th to the 16th.
Heck yeah! So that's April 1st. You will see you out there in Crossroads. We should. Oh no, this is the March live stream, right? Yes. Yep. So we are doing this live stream, and then the next live stream should be right before my trip out to New Hampshire. They have a day-long event at the end of April that I'm heading out to. We have Denver with the Easter game. We got Jeannie the Bean coming into frame. There she is. There's the Bean.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
I'm going to be the LARP dog. LARP dog.
Oh, LARP dogs. The LARP dogs need to be. We're
professionals.
It's good. It's good. Now look, the camera's all screwed. Nothing is bolting down because I'm moving soon. I'm sorry.
You guys know you love our chaos.
Anyway, Jeannie says hi. We love seeing you guys this past couple weekends. The off season is over. We're finally starting to LARP again, guys. It is great to be back there. Great to be back out on the road. Bumps in the road included. It is a wonderful experience to go out there and seeing you guys out there and showing back up, having a record opener at Crossroads.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we broke our attendance record in our opener, which is normally we do that at the closer, so it's super cool to do that.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead. Pre-registration for the next Crossroads game is open. I'm really hoping Jeannie doesn't junk check me again. She's down here. I'm just kind of crossing my legs here for a minute. But guys, we had an absolute blast. Thank you for coming and checking out this live stream again as everything falls apart. It's okay. How should we pre-reg for this next game? You should pre-reg as players and as soon as possible.
Yes. Also, I need NPCs though.
She's also probably talking about 2.1. We're not going to
2.1. Please reach out in the Discord. We are doing just pre-register as normal on the CMA, db.alliancelarp.com. And also make your character on the beta, which is beta.alliancelarp.com. If you have questions, reach out to our head of logistics, Blake, on Discord. He loves this and would be happy to make you a character. Other than that, just pre-reg as normal. If you have any questions, you need help, we're always here to help.
So that they're asking if we're going 2.1 live or not.
We are. April, yes.
April.
Yep.
2.1 live.
2.1 live, which is why it's the April Fool's game.
So I think what they're trying to clarify is, are we going to have to do the beta thing that we did in Atlanta?
Yes,
where we do
you have to pre-reg on the regular CMA to get that credit for your character and build your character in the beta for us to actually print your character cards. So you have to do both.
Yep.
Both things.
Doing both.
Yeah.
We will, come on out, pre-reg 2.1.
Yeah.
We're going live with it again, like everybody else is, and that will, with the rest of the ownership of the Alliance, all of us going live with 2.1 will give us the feedback in these months necessary, so please be vocal about what you think, what you feel about the game.
I will be making a survey for after the game.
So we can go to the National and the National Symposium with as much feedback as we owners can get so we can make the most informed decisions about the future.
Yes.
of the rule set. So guys, well, we are, an hour has gone by already. So, well, since our equipment seems to be coming down from the rafters
It's
and
falling around us, like just.
yeah, just
There it goes.
yeah, we'll just try to. Anyway, happy to give you guys the information that you needed. If there are any other questions, get them out there in the chat right now, and I'll give you about 2 minutes of delay to get those questions in the chat, and we will get them. You have until 9 o'clock to get your questions in the chat, and we will answer them. Questions, go. Questions.
I have the chat. This is the faster chat.
Should you NPC or PC your first game?
NPC.
You should NPC. What is the best thing that you can do to get better at the game?
Practice.
NPC. What can you do to make the game bigger and better for everyone involved?
Fight your coworkers in the parking lot.
Or just talk about it. Thank you for the moving help.
Yeah.
The moving support.
Did you?
I've done it a lot of times in my life. It's nothing new. It'll be awesome. Bring your sword in. Oh, then we can.
Am I being threatened?
You're getting called out.
I'm being threatened. I'm gonna go fight my coworker in the parking lot tomorrow.
Nice.
Coming for you.
Gonna crush them.
will.
So, guys, before we sign off tonight, that just brings up something that I wanted to, we say it a lot in person, but again, a lot of the push of this this channel is to get LARP out of the basement, guys. This is a wonderful, excellent, healthy hobby for you guys to do. It gives you a community to keep in touch with each other. It gives you something that when you decide to have them, you can come out and do with your kids.
Yeah.
That's something that we're going to be...
nieces or nephews or cousins.
Nieces, nephews. You want to be the best aunt or uncle in the universe.
Take them
Find a kid's LARP event and take that kiddo out there. They will remember it forever.
Oh, yeah. And the parents will love you for taking the kid away for a weekend.
I do not know what the weather will be exactly like during the next game. It will be early April. It should be much drier. I would say be prepared for heat and
humidity.
bugs.
Bugs, heat, and humidity.
Bugs. We will keep you updated on that. But it is going to be a great time. The weather's going to be what it's going to be. And we will keep you updated on that going into it. Guys, the ground will certainly be in a better position.
Yes.
We are planning on getting work done on the site. But, as always, I can't put heavy machinery on soft ground. It sinks.
Yeah, and then it lives there. We have to LARP around it, and then somebody gets trips over a bulldozer.
Yeah, remember that? So there's a tractor on the middle of the site this past game that we kind of had to ignore. Yeah, that broke during the Renn Faire. They're hard to move when they break that far in the woods, guys.
They're real heavy.
Yeah. So, anyway, guys, be prepared for the outside whenever you come out to Crossroads. It's a good time. Check with people about travel itineraries. Check with people about buddying up in the
Airbnbs.
The Airbnbs. Great place to get a nice shower.
2 of them last time, yeah.
And it was an excellent good time. So, guys, unless there's any other questions in the chat that are more live than the one that I am seeing.
Nope.
Guys, thank you again so much for coming out and spending some time with us here at our last live stream in this studio.
Say goodbye to the studio, everybody. Bye, studio.
Bye, studio.
Bye, studio.
Bye, studio. We're going to set something up someplace else. Yeah. It's going to be cool. Right now, well, who knows? I was thinking about setting something up on the site so you guys can, I can sign in from, NPC camp. Ooh. And then she can sign in from her studio downstate. Something like that. Either way, guys, we love you, we miss you, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. Remember, please keep on checking out those videos. Keep on clicking all those. Keep on clicking all of those links. Keep on telling people about this hobby. And remember, if you haven't played this game yet, the next best thing about LARP could be you. See you guys next time. We are signing off, and well, anything else?